What's up guys, welcome back to another video of Ramshackle Shop, and today we're going to be doing something crazy. So if you guys have been following the channel for a while, you guys know that I have this Trailmaster Hurricane 200 Pro. I made a video about 10 months ago of me putting a 22mm slide carburetor on there and a header pipe. The reason I did that is to get a little bit more power out of this crappy Jiangdong 196cc engine. I mean, I shouldn't have expected much from an engine with a name like Jiangdong. This thing has changed a bit since the last time you guys have seen it. It's gotten significantly more crappy. So first things first, let's address the elephant in the room. I got new tires for this thing. The original crappy tires that came with this, oh my god, the lighting is horrible. The original tires that came with this thing were like crappy Chinese tires, and I got these slightly better crappy Chinese tires that have held up pretty well. I changed out the tires like a few months ago. These are actually holding up pretty well, and I've really just been riding on roads. But if you look up a little bit, you might be noticing we're missing the rear caliper. That's because the rear caliper decided to explode and get brake fluid everywhere. So yeah, I need to buy a new one of those. It's like 30 bucks, I'll just buy one. I also need the peg relocator kit because the pegs are just like specifically put in like the worst possible place, probably on purpose, so that you buy the peg relocator kit. This throttle assembly broke. It used to be like all the way the heck out here, or no, like right here, but there's like a lot more room for it to go in, and I crashed and then it just kind of broke. I had to take this panel off on this side. If you notice, there's a panel on that side, because whenever I put this header wrap on there for the exhaust, it was too big and I couldn't cut it anymore. I put license plate fenders on it, just like the Ramshackle mini bike. I put a Juggernaut driver on there, and the salt has gotten to that valve. Oh my god, that thing is bad. Let's go check out the engine. I literally got home not even 5 minutes ago, and I've already started to work on the Trailmaster. This is the Tillotson 212. In case you guys don't know, the Tillotson 212 isn't any ordinary 212. It's a Hemi, so it has a hemispherical head. I'm not completely sure what a hemispherical head does, but I think it mixes the air and the fuel better, so it burns better. And it comes stock with 26-pound valve springs in it, so that's cool. This thing has a 10,000 RPM rated flywheel. It's not billet aluminum or anything, it's just regular cast steel, but it's lightened, so it should have less rotating mass so that it has more acceleration. And it also has electric start, which is awesome, because if you guys know, the Trailmaster MB200 Pro, or Hurricane 200 Pro, has electric start. And this engine comes with 10 horsepower stock, which is wild, because the Trailmaster right now is probably making like 8 horsepower, even with that carburetor and that header. I don't think this key is supposed to be like that. These engines are also reinforced right here. Not that, I mean, it's gonna break or anything on any other engine, but if you were building this to be a high-performance engine, which most likely you are, that has a higher chance of breaking, so they just put some extra bracing right there. It also came with stickers. And every redneck boy knows that every sticker has 5 horsepower. But enough yapping, guys, let's get into swapping this engine. Alright, so I just added 5 horsepower to my Tillotson engine. I got the Go Power Sport sticker on there. I also put the Go Power Sport sticker on my toolbox, along with all the others. I'm just waiting for my dad to get back from work with the oil. Then we can test start this engine and actually get to work. Because I need to know if this engine's good before I start taking apart my mini bike, you know? My dad just got back with the oil. I'm going to show you guys how to put oil in these engines, really simple. So first you want to take both the caps off on each side. Put your funnel in this side, and then you're just going to pour in your oil until it's at the other side. Oh yeah, try not to be an idiot and spill it everywhere as well. But you're going to want to change your oil after like 2, maybe 1.5 hours of runtime, because this engine is going to do a lot of braking in, and you don't want none of that braking oil in there for longer than like an hour and 30 minutes of runtime. It's still freaking going. What a waste of oil, dude. Once you officially made a mess and let your engine sit for a second, you're gonna wanna check the oil again. Now that our oil's good, we're gonna try to start this engine and see if it's even good. All right, so we're ready to start this thing. But I've got the jumper pack here, hooked up to the electric start, so we're gonna test that as well. Let's turn this on. We got gas in the tank, fuel's on, choke's on. See what happens. All right. She started, and it actually sounds really good. So they sent me a healthy engine. Hooray. That means we can actually start digging into taking this engine out of the original engine out of the Trailmaster now. Montage time. So we just got the old engine out of the frame, and this frame is dirty. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I never washed this thing. That's right, in the entire year and 2 days I've had this thing now, I have not washed it once. And it shows. I mean, it's pretty bad. Same thing with this engine. This thing, I haven't changed the oil on it since like November, and it's October now. So, yeah. And you guys might be thinking that that's okay, but this engine has like a lot of hours on it. Like, I put so many hours on this engine, it's wild. In fact, just because I'm curious, we're gonna pull the drain plug on this engine and see what kind of goop comes out. Well, I pulled the dipstick. That is pretty black. Yep, that oil is pretty bad. Oh, freaking washer didn't come off. Yep, that looks like year-old, like 7 million hour oil. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought there would be like a lot more metal, which it certainly is a little shiny, but it's fine. It smells good too. Alright guys, the Trailmaster is washed. I painted the engine mounts because they kind of were a little rusty, so... But we're going to move over here. So you're going to want to take all this crap off the Tillotson. We don't need that for what we're doing. Well, for the Trailmaster Hurricane 200 Pro, because we already have electric start on the handlebars. You're going to want to take this wiring harness off the Jang Dong, the original Jang Dong. You might notice this has 2 ports. This only has 1. That's because this has a ground that goes right next to the little thing here where the hot goes for the kill switch. So the ground goes there, the hot goes there, and then this goes up to the kill switch, and it turns it off whenever you turn the kill switch. So you're gonna want to take this and put it on the Tillotson, exactly how it came off the Jangdong. It's pretty simple. And then taking this off is pretty simple as well. You just unhook a few of these little things here, and then it comes right off. And you're also gonna want to get rid of your ground cable and hot cable on the Tillotson, because the Trailmaster already has those. So, all right, quick little performance modification. Once you get that wire in there, that wiring harness for the kill switch, you're gonna wanna do this to your engine. I mean, you don't have to, but you should. So if you wanna make your engine go faster, you're gonna wanna remove that screw right there. But if you want it to go really fast, which I'm gonna have to because I'm running a Juggernaut, I'm gonna bypass the governor on this. I'll show you how to do that in a second here. But you're gonna wanna take off this little plate, it's just 2 screws. And then on the Tillotson, they decided to design it really stupid. So this thing has to be on there because it has a seal, and it seals here. But this thing was really restrictive because it had a bunch more like square around it. It was the same diameter as the airbox cover. So it was, and there was only 2 little holes for it to breathe in. So if you want your engine to have a lot more performance and have a lot more air, you're gonna wanna just cut around this little rim here. Don't cut this rim, because you'll be fucked, but yeah. And then that should bring up the performance a good amount. We're gonna put a slide carburetor on this in a future video, but I'm just gonna run this engine stock until I get the peg relocator kit and a better air filter. Because these air filters are absolutely junk. Every time I take this air filter off, there's always more dirt on this part of the carburetor right here. And I don't feel like screwing this engine. You can literally see where I had to hot glue the holes in this air filter, and that came stock. This is not a Go Power Sports air filter, by the way, but I still wouldn't trust these style air filters. Go Power Sports has a genuine uni air filter, so I'm gonna buy that. And then once I get that in and the peg relocator kit, then we'll throw this carburetor on. I think I'm gonna wait for the header pipe as well. We'll see how much power the engine has. Oh yeah, guys, make sure to oil the stock air filter on your Tillotson because they do not come oiled. Oil only the pre-filter. There's a paper filter underneath this foam pre-filter. Do not oil that, oil this. This only the foam. Take the foam off to oil it because you don't want any oil on the paper filter. That thing's all screwed up, whatever, it'll be fine. Oh yeah, make sure not to lose this little guy. He goes right there, and whenever you flip this thing upside down to cut it, he's gonna fall off. Another thing you're gonna wanna do, there's a little vent box that goes underneath the engine right here. In order for this to fit over the jack shaft on the Trailmaster, you're gonna need to remove this. So I removed it. This is a vent line that went to that filter. It goes into the intake. You're gonna wanna plug this off because this goes straight into the intake and there's no filter in it. So yeah, this is also the gas tank vent hose. Don't plug this. You're better off just leaving it open. We're gonna put a filter on this later on, but I don't have one right now, so I'm gonna have to order some. Another thing I always do, if this thing has the breather hose that goes to this thing. So I always shut off my fuel because if the float gets stuck, the intake is gonna fill up with gas and then gas is gonna go into your oil. There's a way of bypassing this. You can just cut the hose here and then put a fuel filter on it. That's the redneck way. We're not doing this engine redneck, surprisingly. I mean, I am a really big redneck, but we're not gonna do it to this engine because I actually wanna make this thing last really long. But they sell filters for these hoses, so I'm just gonna buy one of those. All right, so we just have the engine sitting on there temporarily right now. The only problem I'm noticing so far is that this shroud is kind of hitting the jack shaft, but that's fine, it'll be fine. But you can see those little rubber grommets, that's where that little vent box was, and it was definitely hitting. Nothing's hitting up front here, luckily, but we are going to have to do something with the wiring because if you notice, these connectors are completely different than that, so we're gonna have to figure something out there. But this here, this is the kill switch. This is that wiring harness that we took out of the Jangdong from the coil. I showed you guys where this was on the Jangdong. So you're just gonna wanna put it in the Tillotson and then it's gonna hook up right here. But we're gonna have to figure something out with these and that. So that's the only problem I see. Okay, so I just see one more problem. See how off the juggernaut is? It's gonna have to be out here, around there. So we're gonna have to make a spacer for this thing, but that's no big deal. I have 3/4 pipe that I can use for that. Another thing I noticed that's pretty weird, look at how long the shaft on the Tillotson is. It's about 2 1/4 versus the shaft on the Jiangdong, which is 2 3/4. The shaft is a whole 1/2 inch longer. So if you guys are trying to do this to your Trailmaster Hurricane 200 Pro, you're probably going to need to buy the Juggernaut for this. The reason why is because the original CVT probably would not have worked since the shaft is shorter on the Tillotson. There's going to be less grab space for the second half of the driver pulley. This thing looks absolutely sick though. I mean, look at that. That is proper. Color matching and everything. I don't know why these things don't just come stock with Tillotsons, to be honest. So I just remembered something. Remember how I said that there's 2 wires here? I mean 3 wires here and only 2 here? If you look on the Jiangdong, there's also 3 wires. These 2 both go to the charging system because there's 2 coils in here. But on the Tillotson, there's only 1 coil on the Tillotson, which I remember that being a problem. The reason I remember that is because I remember watching Cars and Cameras and them putting upgraded coils on there. So I'm gonna take the flywheel off the Jiangdong real quick just to see if I'm right, because I don't know if I'm right. All right, I got the coils off and I really don't know, because I see a red and a black. And usually that means hot and ground, but it could be because there's 2 coils. But I wonder if these coils would work in the Tillotson. I mean, there's only one way to find out. Just one more thing, guys. Take a look at how crappy the casting is on this flywheel. I mean, it's so bad. Look at all the craters. Like, look at that. And I think that's a crack. I don't know, though. I don't think it is. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but it could be a crack. It comes all the way down the side here. I think it's just rust, but like, look at how bad that casting is. I mean, that's just disgusting. It really is. It's so bad. The back is even worse. Like, it's just so bad. Like, the fact that this flywheel held up to just like 55 to 6,000 RPM is actually wild. But hey, it did it somehow. I just hope the one on the Tillotson doesn't look this bad. I mean, we're gonna find out because we're gonna see if these coils work. Yeah, no, this flywheel is so much better. Look at that. Not as good as a Honda, but it's just so much better. Even the inside. It's just so much better. And then the outside is just immaculate. You know, this thing is, I could believe that this is rated for up to at least 7,000 RPM. Definitely not 10,000, but this thing will withstand a beating for sure. Well, they look literally the exact same. So we're gonna chuck these on there and call it good enough. But yeah, you can see that there's only 1 coil on this, so I was right. I mean, it's really all the same shit anyway, just same shit, different Chinese factory, you know? So I just put the flywheel on, and it makes a full rotation with the coils from the Jiangdong 196. So, if you're trying to do this to your mini bike, make sure to rewind to all the wiring parts where I switch all the wiring, because you're going to want to pay attention to that, because I had to figure this out. And trust me, I tried Googling it and I tried YouTubing it. Yeah, definitely pay attention to the wiring part, because, you know, you don't want to be stuck doing wiring like me, because I hate wiring. I don't know if you do, but wiring sucks. And magicians are electricians, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, G? You know what I'm saying? Electricians are magicians? Yeah. I think I'm going crazy. Get out! Always remember, guys, gap your credit card with a coil. Wait, what the f? Gap your coil with a credit card. Now that all of our wiring is finally figured out, it's time for the good parts. It's time to throw the engine into the Trailmaster frame and just cross our fingers that everything works. All right, so all the electrical is now hooked up. I'm gonna wait until... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw the battery in now and we're gonna see if the electrical even works. All right, so I got the battery hooked up and nothing caught on fire yet. Still crossing my fingers on that one, but now we're gonna test if the electrical works. Key on. No smoke. Let's try it out. Well, that's certainly a good sign. That means that works. So let's try to start this thing real quick. All right, I gotta kind of work the throttle here. I'll just work it with my foot, I guess. The torque converter's not hooked up yet, so it shouldn't go anywhere. Well, it shut off, but hey, everything works. Electric start and everything works, so that's a good sign. That means I actually did it right. All right, so she stays running. The light works, so that means the charging system is working. Awesome. The question is, does the kill switch work? Answer is yes. So that's a good sign. Looks like all the electrical works and nothing caught on fire. So I guess that means those coils are interchangeable. I mean, we are going to have to wait long term to see if those coils actually do charge the battery. But I'm pretty sure they will, because they're the same. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Now that all the electrical works, ready to hook up the other throttle cable, because the 22mm Mikuni throttle cable on there right now. So we're going to have to replace it with the one for the stock carburetor. And then we're going to hook up the torque converter. I need to make a spacer, unfortunately. I really don't want to do that, but whatever. And yeah, and then it'll be ready to take for a test drive. And don't worry, guys, I'm charging the GoPro. So I'm just going to put on the torque converter and the throttle cable really quick off camera, and then we're going to take this thing for a ride. Ha ha ha. So funny. Look at that. They put a plastic tab there. You know what it does? Stops the throttle. You know what you want to get and do with that? Get rid of it. See you later. Oh yeah, baby. Performance. Yeah. All right, so I got the throttle cable all hooked up. I did the zip tie on the governor trick. I don't know how well you can see it. There's the zip tie. All right, there we go. And yeah, it works like a charm. So there we go. So guys, this really isn't freaking cool. This thing is not the same as this thing. What's this? The mounting bolt for the torque converter on the Jiangdong. What's this? The mounting bolt for the torque converter on the Tillotson. And since the shaft is shorter, it's too short. It is dark as hell outside, and it's only 7:30. Ask me why I love the winter. So basically what I'm saying is, this thing is not going to be able to drive today, mate. Fuck! We got the bolts, boys. Let's throw this thing together and go for a rip. Why am I stupid? Why am I even singing? Shut up. Shut up, just shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Now that I'm done happy singing, we got the torque converter on. We got a brand new belt on there. Always remember the flat part goes towards the engine. Making sure I did that real quick, which I did. And yeah, now I have to go get the GoPro mount because I left it upstairs. The urge to ride this thing up there and go get it is killing me, but I need to save the first test ride for on camera. So yeah, this thing's already warmed up. I warmed it up. So this thing should just be ready to ride as soon as I get on it. You know what's really a pain in the ass, guys? Where this frickin' fuel cap is. Oh yeah, that's a full tank right there. We're gonna set up the speedometer app on my phone. It's gonna track how much speed we're going, but since I don't want to pay money, it won't tell me what the top speed was. Oh my god, holy shit. Bro. This thing... Oh my god! Bro. This thing has ball, dude. I actually did not expect this thing. This thing definitely has 10 horsepower, bro. Oh my god! Bro. This thing is a whole different animal now. Alright. Oh, god damn, boy. Alright, so this thing is definitely making more, if not the same amount of power as the Jangdong. And it's stopped too. What? Oh my god. Although this thing has a lot of bottom end, it really doesn't have much top end. Oh, Jesus. This thing has some crazy torque. Oh shoot, we're gonna test this thing in the trails. Ah, fuck. Damn it. Alright, well that's it for the fun, I guess. Dude, the idle on this thing is way too high. Like a hard enduro. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. It's like a really easy trail. Short but easy. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if you guys will watch some of my earlier videos. I don't even know if I went in this trail in my earlier videos. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, this thing fucking pops wheelies. That was a horrible voice crack. Ah! Bumpy. Oh, my idle's stuck. Oh shit, throttle. Okay, so we gotta figure that out because my throttle just got stuck. Okay. I mean, the return to the spring on this thing's kind of crappy. You know how we fix this stuck throttle leakage? You replace the carburetor with a 22mm mechanic. Ah! A lot of cars. Get out of my way, boy. Go back to Connecticut. Bro. My chain came off. Again. What is this thing? A friggin' racing mower? Why the hell does the chain keep falling off? Except on a racing mower would be a belt. If you guys are new to the channel, by the way, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Oh. Okay, I guess we're going right now then. Bro, look at how high the idle is. What? So, we came back from our ride. The idle is really high, and the chain keeps falling off. But this was a huge success, guys. This thing is beautiful. I mean, look at that. This is a proper engine. I don't know why the heck these things don't come stock with Tillotsons, to be honest. And this thing, I wouldn't say it has 10 horsepower, but it definitely has a lot more power than that Jangdong had. But if you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace of shit.